type any mathematical formula. You can handwritten. It can be handwritten, okay? And what I want is, I want hard copy. Submit to me in a hard copy. That means you have to print out. And now we cannot see each other. You have to post it to me. Okay, afterward, I will give you my address. Or you want my address now?
Miss, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum point size means the font size of...
Font size, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I give you my address, huh? Because I cannot afford to print out for everyone. Okay, those international school, international student, you send through email to me, I print it out for you. Because it's very hard for me to mark Max Folio from soft copy. It really can kill me. I will die. And I cannot afford to print out for everyone because I'm not in college. Okay. I believe those local, okay, how many international students? Who are they? May I know?
Me, miss.
Okay. Ramisa.
Yes, miss.
Okay.
Me too, miss.
Who? You have to tell
Emily.
me. Don't say me. I won't know, yeah?
Sorry, Emily.
Emily.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Ramisa.
There's around 6-7 people, miss.
Never mind. You just let me know. Emily. Some more?
Muhammad Umir and Muhammad Amali, miss.
Your Singapore can what? You cannot post it to me, me.
Uh,
Okay. Umar and Amali. Okay, some more?
Me,
But
miss.
you anyhow you still have to come back for your final, right? Don't you need to? Huh? Umar and Amali?
Me, miss. Al-Muhannad.
Who is that?
Al-Muhannad.
Huh? Al-Muhammad.
Al-Muhannad, yeah.
So you have to email to me to my Gmail, then I print it out, Al-Muhammad. Okay, who else? No more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I thought got 6.
Me, miss. Imad.
Huh?
Imad.
Imad. Okay. Okay. So this the rest, you should be able to send it to me, correct? Hello?
I think so. Should be able to.
You think so? Can my last April intake also can. My March intake this year, they all send it to me and I mark. Okay. Can or not? Okay, so I give you my address later lah. Too early lah. So the time when you need to post, then I will send it. Yeah. So our folio, you have to submit. Okay, I give you time until end of August. So can someone give me the date? The last day of August. Can or not? 31st of August. So which day is that? So 31st of August is a holiday. So listen, so it's a Tuesday. Okay, so 31st of August. We will see how if on the process of your doing, if you have any, there are some other things that you need to deal with, then I will see how. Okay, so, but you have to tell me earlier. If you tell me last minute, I will not change my deadline. So when I say, okay, yes. Okay, hold on. Okay. So deadline. Okay, this is not the date that I received. It's the date that you have to email to me. Everyone have to email your copy to me. So this is the deadline. Okay, 31st of August. So I have to receive as an email form by 12 midnight. Okay, I put it like that. Okay, I will try to set up my plagiarism, turn it in again. Okay, if it doesn't work, it's okay, it's fine. Because for Max, listen here, I'm the best person to check whether you copy from each other or not. Do you know why? Because Max, when you talk about plagiarism in Max, correct? If I put into turn it in, chances of the plagiarism is very high, is there. Why? Because when they check plagiarism, correct? What in my years of experience, Adriana? What do you want? Adriana, why suddenly you type that year of experience? Oh, okay. So the reason is why turning in will give you some percentage of plagiarism. Sometimes it's very unreasonable, is because, like for example, can I change much on the definition of 95% confidence interval?
Oh,
No. Can I change much on my definition of 95% confidence level?
no.
Can I change much on the meaning of sampling? No, correct. But they can tell you that is plagiarism. Okay, so it's not practical. So don't compare with other subjects. Don't go and tell other teacher that why Max don't have to. The reason is that. So don't compare. And SACE also don't require us to send up the plagiarism part. Okay. You get me? So you better don't copy. Okay, so after you read through this, so this is the thing. So every report, you must have intro. The body part is whatever you want to say, then you have to come to a conclusion. Okay? So these are all the requirements. You can do handwritten, it doesn't matter. Yeah. If you, the whole folio, you want to put it as handwritten, also can. If you put it handwritten, the problem will be, if you want to change, it's very difficult to edit. Okay, so we allow handwritten. Okay, now, if anyone want to present this in a video form, also can. You don't have to type. You can speak, you can explain. So we allow multimodal. So it's up to you. Are you clear? But I think math is not that easy. Okay, If you see the way Miss Do explained, you know. Okay? Hello? Students, clear? Okay, so now, the most important thing is the content. So, after you read through the requirement of the question, you see that we need you to know how to communicate well. When we say communicate means in maths, you must use the same notation, must use the right notation. So if I say sample mean, example only, I write sample mean, but my notation I put like that. Am I right?
No.
So I will look at all these. This is a notation. So this is part of your grade. So that's why you see how particular am I. Okay, if I say mean of the sample mean, then I write like that. Am I right? Am I right? My notation?
Yeah.
Right,
Wait, no, wait. I saw. Never mind. It's not.
Sample mean is not like that. Sample mean is like this. So the mean of the sample mean should be like this. See or not? The notation. These are what we call notation. You get me? Then you can also explain how you use your technology. So technology is also important. You can say you are using your GC. You can write down some step how you use your GC to get certain thing. Did you go through the 3, 4? Today I have upload. Upload 4 pages of things on WhatsApp. Anyone went through that already? Hello, did y'all go through that? Or no one bother about my WhatsApp? One is from one of your friend when he asked about one of the question in exercise 90.3, and I don't just answer the question. I try my best to let you have the good understanding of how you use confidence interval to justify a claim. Again, someone asking already, example, Emily, what Mr. say just now? Why I don't want to show you the example? I believe, okay, this question have been done by 4 batches of students. Okay, and they did it. All of them did it without any sample. So what is the problem? Okay, now there is a lot of question. Do you know you have been toxic by other subjects? Every subject that you have done your folio, investigation task, may I know? Any of them didn't give you sample? All subject, I believe all subject you have tried before already, correct? Max is the last one, am I right?
Mhm.
Am I right? Can someone answer me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Next is the last one. So your
Yeah.
teacher, first of all, when they give you, they straight away give you sample.
Not for physics.
Not physics.
I think. Yeah.
What else?
Just
Do
about
you know? Let
Oh,
me tell
nutrition.
you. Yes.
nutrition? Yeah. Only those two.
Yeah. Do you know why these lecturers, they don't want to give you the sample? Do you know why? Yes. We show you how to do the assignment. I'm going to show you how to do the assignment also. If you look at the four question, the two questions that I've answered, actually, I have put in some thing that you are supposed to have it in your investigation task. So I told you already, first thing is a symbol. That is your body part. Your symbol must be right. Okay? Correct? Okay. So you want to have sample, I will wait until last. Because if I give you sample right from the very beginning, the chances of you to think of how to do your investigation folio is very unlikely. Because all of us are like that, include me also. Okay, if I got a sample, I just follow the sample. I don't have to think so much. So what for? So that is not our purpose. But I will guide you. Okay. So listen, that is the first thing. Okay. Second thing. When you say draft. Okay. When you say your draft, actually in Max, there's no need to draft. Because our investigation folio all are doing the same thing. We have the one question. What is our question? Do you know what is the requirement of this investigation folio? Okay, can someone tell me? First, what must you have? Can someone tell me first, what must you have? What must you have first? What must you have in mind first? Okay. EJ said topic. Yeah, correct. So our topic, what is our topic? What is our topic? So everyone will have different topic, but the topic is definitely must be something that we learn in chapter 9. So our purpose, that means your topic is the purpose of this investigation. So what is the purpose?
Statistics.
You cannot say statistic, Winston, because it's so
General.
wide. Statistic,
Yeah.
you are talking about normal distribution, binomial distribution, finding probability. Are we?
Does the topic have, since it's chapter 9, I'm thinking central limit theorem must be involved, right?
So what is the? So you see, if you look at what you are supposed to write in your report, the question said the report should usually include the following. And if you look at the third bullet, the application of mathematical model or strategy, including relevant data and or information, mathematical calculation and result using appropriate representation, the analysis and interpretation of the result, including considering of the reasonableness or limitation of the result. Third, the result and conclusion in the context of the problem. So now your topic is your problem. Is the problem. So now what is the problem that you want to solve? Need to be solved. So your topic is the problem that need to be solved. So your problem come from where? For this chapter 9. Hello? That means the question say that you must minimum must have 2 claims that you wish to justify. Up to you. So now, this few days, you go and choose your problem that you want to justify. You can have a look at the textbook as an example. Just now, I posted to you the one about the distance the golfer can hit. Correct? So there is a claim that the distance that the golfer can hit has been improved. Okay, this is improved is just one of the problems. I can also make another claim that after many practice, the hit of the golfer, the distance hit by a golfer has improved by minimum of 5 cm. So it's up to me. So you must have minimum how many claims? 2. And I try to make my claim have 2 claims. And I will try to make my claim to the 2 claims as different as I can. So you now, the very important thing that you have to think of is what you want to talk about. What sort of claim are you going to claim? So this is what you have to look at it first. So after you have the what problem you want to solve. So you can make your own story, up to you when you come to writing. So you must choose a topic that allow you
Wait,
to write.
the problem doesn't have to be like, we can just make the problem, but obviously it must be logical.
Yeah, you can make, but you have to, if you have to know. When come to writing part, okay, when come to the body part, so this will be your intro part. Okay, your intro you can write in any other way. You can start with the story or whatsoever. Then when come to the body part, then you have to start to explain how are you going to justify this claim, correct? So we know we have to do sampling. So this word must come in. So the sampling. So why you need to do sampling? You start to explain. So after you get the sample already, then you have to explain. Okay, then you have to get the sample. So you have to define your population inside here. Inside here, all the definition of population. Okay. Then you talk about sampling. Huh? So then you have to collect data. After you talk about why you need to do sampling and so on and so forth, then you have to collect data. That's why there is a data collection there. So that is the sequence of your okay, you collect data already. So what is the parameter of interest you have to define first? Before you collect data, you have to define your parameter of interest. Right? Then only you know what are the data that you need to collect. Hello? Am I right? So how are you going to collect data? If you talk about your EAL, all of you are very good. What do? You do survey. Or you can find the data from internet. You can go ahead and do it. So your topic, when you choose a topic, you have to ask yourself, how am I going to get this? If you find that it's very difficult to get the data, then you better throw away the topic. You go and search for a topic that enable you to get the data easily. So these two will be linked together. What topic to choose? If you want, you can create your own data. I don't care. Like for example, for myself, my family, we got the durian orchard. So I can make a story. I can make a story through the new technique of farming. We find that the durian that we produce are bigger than 5 years ago. So I create my own data. No one can say I'm wrong. What? But if you are talking about medical things or whatsoever, you make sure your data is correct, because people can search all this through internet. I also can search. You get me? So I can make a story like in front a topic. I say, Mr. So and so take over the farming, the orchard, the durian orchard from his father in Malaysia. Okay, no one know. So it's up to you. I'm not saying I'm teaching you to cheat or whatsoever, because over here I just want to see how you learn, how you use whatever you learn in chapter 9. But you then tell me the mean weight of a durian from an orchard, the mean weight is 400 grams. That is not true. You have to go and check roughly how heavy is a durian. I will go and check one. All information you give me, I will go and check. Yeah. So that means there is no such thing as you can share the data. Like for example, 3 of you can share the same data. But the write out, each one have to write out by themselves. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Someone have asked me certain question. 15 pages front and back, up to you. You want to write, you want to print in one page, one side also can. You want to print in both sides also can. So it's 15 pages. That means if you print on both sides, you can only use 7.5 pieces of paper. Okay, you really don't understand what do you mean by 15 pages. Okay. The folio is entirely based on chapter 9. Yes. The concept that you have learned in chapter 9. And listen here, you don't make it too simple that, okay, now Like for example, definition of population, then sampling, then why you can, from here, after you get a parameter of interest, you collect the data already. Then here, someplace somewhere, you have to introduce CLT. You have to tell people why your sample size is large enough or not. Why you take this sample size. All this, whatever you learn, you just slot it in wherever is suitable. Then you can have a few samples of different sample size. Then there you discuss how it affects your result. You look at the question that I posed. So that's why you can write. The question 9, still remember, that is a flow. So you plan what you want to write. You can draw graph. Okay, for max. So over here, so I tell you what to write in the body. And after you collect the data, you can justify the claim. That is your inference part. Then you can say, if, oh, now I have another samples, but now I take the sample size is 50. So I want to see how it, to see how the sample size will affect the justification of the claim. Then you go there. Then after that, you explain why. You will make it bigger or smaller and so on. You see how I explained in that question for you to see? So all that to include in. Include as much as you have learned in. So the issue is here. And if you can write something that is very different from others, and your analysis part is very clear and good, okay, then that is how you get a A+. So I'm yet to see. But this is the general thing that you have to include. And in maths, we also encourage students, when we talk about maths presentation, we also encourage students to show it, collect the data in a table form. I have different sample size. Okay, so what will happen to the confidence interval? How it will affect the justification? Table. So table and graph is one of the tools, one of the way we present our finding. So if you can include that in, that will be much better. So that one you have to talk about it later. So what is important is, before you see me on Wednesday, so you try to think of what you want to talk about. And if you have any problem on your maths in the textbook, right, I will say that you can ask me. I try my best to write like what I have for the few questions, so that will give you some idea of how to write your folio as well. I will try my best. Okay, then make sure the analysis part. Then after that, what is important is, there's another important thing. Okay, in your investigation, okay, you must have, if you look at limitation, reasonableness, okay, limitation. That means, what are the things that limit you from doing something? That is called limitation. You specify the limitation. Depend on the topic that you are talking about. Like the limitation I have, if I talk about my durian orchard, correct? Durian plantation. So I can say that The sample that I collect from this season, okay, may justify the claim. But the next seasons, okay, it will be different because of the change of weather. So that is the limitation. I cannot base on one sample and conclude for the rest. So the limitation and the assumption also. What assumption I make? I assume that the weather doesn't change. The weather remain the same throughout from year to year. So that is when I talk about fruits. If you talk about other things, like for example, you talk about how does it affect diabetic, okay? It depends. As year go by, our diet habit change. So you put down the assumption. So these 2 points must be there. Write in wherever is suitable. If you just want to put limitation and assumption as is it, also can. So these are the things that we want to see. So how are you going to organize it? You make sure the whole thing flow well. The flow, I leave it to you. But for the body flow is obvious already. Intro. I say maximum 3% can share the data, but the write out, you better write out by yourself. If you copy your friend, I definitely can detect one. And I will text the person, I have the Zoom with the person and tell me, explain certain thing word by word to me. I've ever tried that before, okay? I call one and I asked him, do you want to admit that you copy from your friend? I give him a second chance. I say, you will rewrite by yourself, send it back to me again. Okay, I have to be that strict. The reason is we are here to learn. I know everyone want to get a good grade, okay? But we are not supposed to do it in that way. Yes. How do we create our own data? Okay, you see, like for example, I'm talking about my durian plantation. So how to create your own data? You go and roughly know what is the weight of a durian, right? Okay, the one you have to know. Like for example, I know a normal size durian is weigh about 1 kg. I can have a few very, very small. I can have a few very, very big. Understand or not? You hardly can see durian weigh around 3 kg one. So that is what you're supposed to know. I cannot tell you, okay? You can create. But like percentage of diabetic patient, all this, that one you really cannot create. That one is not easy. Unless you have a mom or dad who is the doctor and who can get the data from the hospital easily. I can. Because my goddaughter is an anesthetic. I can do something, ask her to give me the data. So this one, I will leave it to you to go and search. That is teaching you how to solve a problem. Actually, if I want to make my life easy, I can just give 10 different set of data, give 10 different set of things and ask you all to go and do it. But that one is not a way to teach you to go and find things that you need. Then next time I'm not there, then how? You get me? Okay. Any question? Any question? Okay, EJ, Miss Do say you can write down the reference at the back, not included in the 15 pages. You don't have to do citation. Yeah. It's good to tell me where you refer to. Like you want to understand what is confidence interval, what is the one, you can say you read from which book, what you can write down the book that you read other than your textbook. Statistic book. You can even say you went through a YouTube. You give me the YouTube link. Then I will go to that and watch also. I can learn also. Okay? Or which website you refer to. Write down. Go ahead. Like my time is, we have no choice. We have to read books. Okay, so I hope by Wednesday everyone will prepare your problem. Only the email will have to be sent on yes. And I will check. Whatever you send to me, if different from the email, I will not mark. I will go and print out the email and mark on that. That is the purpose of
Miss, do
sending
we
email. Yeah.
get a chance for like a
Yeah.
draft? Like let's say before the deadline, can we like send you like a draft for feedback?
Okay. Listen. I'm very, very particular about sending me a draft. What you expect from me? Okay, Wing Shen, I want to know what you expect from me if you send me the draft. What you expect from me? I want to know your expectation first before I say I will mark the draft or not. I will go through the draft. I will definitely go through the draft. But what expectation you have from me? If you send me, okay, I go through what you expect from me.
Like to check if we are going if we are doing in the right way.
What do you mean you are doing in the right way?
Like there might be some parts that we might be wrong. So
listen. There might be some part that we might be wrong. Listen here carefully. Can I tell you that your definition of confidence interval, 95% confidence level is wrong?
No.
If I say it's wrong, that means I mark your work already. I give you the grade already. I've explained so many times. How can that be wrong?
What about instead of telling us no, or this you did this wrong or whatever, perhaps maybe like you could just
I could tell you that the explanation is wrong. Listen here, I can tell you that explanation is not up to my expectation, but I will not give you the answer.
Just tell us like what area you're lacking and saying this area you're lacking, but you won't tell us how to improve it. We have to figure it out ourselves.
The one I don't mind.
Miss, you can even say that if our contents are there or not, like all the contents, intro, body, and conclusion, if all that's correct or not, and whatever.
I cannot say correct or not. Hello?
Or Miss, you can say how are we going in the right direction or not? And I agree with whatever Wen Sheng said as well.
If you follow this, you see, that is the reason why I don't like draft. If before you start to do you know why I want to have this lesson? Before you start to do, you have this in mind already. Can you go wrong? Can you go out track? Do you know draft is a very waste of time? I told you right from the very beginning. If you want to do, you select a topic that you can collect data that allow you to show a lot of things that you have learned in chapter 9. If that topic cannot, then you better don't choose that topic. And the claim here, you can have two. The parameter of interest can be population, mean, or population proportion. And I have a student use the same situation. He got both. So this is fantastic. You can, I can also. So you go and think about it. So the problem, the claim that you want to justify is the key of it. Like for example, I talk about my durian orchard, correct? I can say like that. Okay, just now I say the mean weight. Yeah. Okay, the mean weight of the durian produced by my plantation is this value. Okay, after many years of changing the fertilizer that I put in, using organic fertilizer or compost, then the weight of the durian have improved. Okay, then I say also the proportion of durian that is more than 1 kg has increased. So I have both. I can have both mean and proportion. So then I start to cerita lah. So you must know how to tell your story. So any more question? So please don't waste your time by say, never mind, I do draft. After that, Mr. will mark for me. No such thing. You do it once and for all and write. You don't have to do another second time. I follow this is from our. Can you have draft for what to do tomorrow? Cannot. Do things. Do it right from the very beginning. Know what the question want and do it right from the very beginning. So you can straight away do it and collect the data. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Try not to have in mind that my teacher will mark for me, will tell me where I go wrong. No, I myself must know where I go wrong. So you save a lot of time on that. The moment you take this step, you ask yourself, right or not? If not, straight away text me. Don't wait until everything done again, huh? Then do all over again. Isn't it worse? Okay, any more question? Okay. I disagree sending me part of the report. No, you are trying to let me jump because I'm a teacher like that. If you don't send me part of the report for me to check. I told you many times, you have to be confident enough that whatever you write down there is correct. You don't have to get my approval to say it's right or wrong. You have the ability to do so. So I don't take part of the report. Okay. Emily, do you know what is the difference between the other subject and maths? I told you already, don't compare maths with other subject.
Miss, I wrote that like 20 minutes ago, so it's all clear now.
It's all clear, right? Why is it all clear? Is it Ramisa?
No, miss, it was Emily.
Emily. All clear. You wrote there 20 minutes ago. Okay. So, okay. Miss, for the conclusion of the report, what do we need to write? Okay. Ethan, can you give me some suggestion? What you need to write in the conclusion for this one? Instead, or I tell you what to write.
We can restate the answer we have for the claim, like a brief summary of the justification we have for the claim.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
So that is, yeah, that can. Other than that?
I'm not sure what else is. That's the only thing I can think of.
Other than that, okay, when you talk about statistics, what is the most important thing about, okay, we want to justify a claim. What you have learned from here is we have to take a random sample. We cannot alter the data. We have to be very truthful with the data that we got. This is exactly like you do science experiment. Can you alter the result? So you can write down something like that in the conclusion. Because if we alter the result, okay, we may change the justification. And like, for example, you are talking about drugs. It can jeopardize people's lives, right? You can write some of your feeling about being truthful in reporting. That is another part of the you can do in conclusion for this case. Get me? Hello? That will be more meaningful. What have you learned from this investigation? You can recite the claim again, then you can say, what have you learned from this investigation? That can be your conclusion. Can or not? Okay. So done. So from now on, I will try to answer your question from the textbook, and also any question that you have for every lesson, any question that you have regarding the folio. So we can discuss, and your friend who are in the class can also listen to it. So we are talking about the same thing, it's just that different situation. So that's why I don't have to have special consultation. I don't have to have individual consultation. Do you get me? Because we are talking about the same thing, but in a different scenario. So when your friend asks, I will answer, then you can learn from that. Clear? Okay. So thank you, class.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Miss.
Yeah.
Yes.